Hello students, till now we have discussed about deductions under section 80 and set off and carry forward of losses. In this session onwards, let us solve some problems relating to this topic. In this session, let us solve some problems which will appear in the exam for 6 marks. See the first problem, Mr. Harish gross total income is rupees 3,20,000 for the assessment year 2020-21. He lives in a rented house at Bangalore and pays a rent of rupees 4,500 per month. He is entitled to deduction under section 80D and 80C of 10,000 and 15,000 respectively. He is the owner of a factory building which is situated at Mysore and let out. Assuming that the conditions for allowing deduction under section 80 GG are satisfied, compute the total income. In this problem, you have to calculate the total income of Mr. Harish. His gross total income amounts to rupees 3,20,000. And he lives in a rented house in Bangalore and rent is rupees 4,500 per month. 4,500 per month means for a year it amounts to rupees 54,000 rupees. Next, see, he is entitled to deduction under section 80D and 80C. The amount of deduction under section 80C is 15,000 and under section 80D 10,000 rupees. He is the owner of a factory building which is situated at Mysore and let out. This information is not relevant in this problem because on this no deduction is claimed. Next one, assuming that the conditions for allowing deduction under section 80 GG are satisfied, because here Mr. Harish is living in a rented house at Bangalore and 80 GG is relating to rent paid on the rented house. Here under section 80 GG, to claim deduction he must satisfy some condition. That means he must pay tax on the amount which is least of the following. First one, the excess of rent paid over the adjusted total income or 25% of adjusted total income or 5,000 rupees per month, whichever is less. On that amount is deductible. And here adjusted total income means gross total income minus if there is any long term capital gain or short term capital gain, you have to deduct that one. Here no long term capital gain or short term capital gain is there, but here deduction under section 80 other than 80 GG you have to deduct from gross total income. Here other than 80 GG you have 80D and 80C. You have to, when you deduct these two amounts from gross total income, you will get the adjusted total income. See the solution. Computation of total income of Mr. Harish for the assessment year 2020-21. 3 columns you have to draw. First one particulars, next two are amount columns. First you have to write gross total income 3,20,000 rupees. From that you have to deduct deduction under section 80. First one 80C 15,000 you have to write in the first amount column and 80D 10,000 rupees you have to write in the first amount column. Total of this 25,000 you can write in the second amount column. When you deduct 25,000 rupees from gross total income, you get the adjusted total income rupees 2,95,000. Here adjusted total income you already calculated 2,95,000 rupees. Next deduction is 80 GG. Least of the below you have to deduct, that is the excess of rent paid over 10% of adjusted total income. Here total rent paid, that is 4,500 per month. For 12 months it amounts to rupees 54,000. From that you have to deduct 10% of adjusted total income, that is 29,500 rupees. When you deduct this amount from 54,000, you get excess rent paid rupees 24,500 rupees. Next, second one, 25% of ATI, that is 2,95,000, amounts to rupees 73,750. Next, third one, rupees 5,000 per month. For 12 months, 60,000 rupees. Whichever is less, you can claim for deduction. Here 24,500, that is the excess of rent paid over 10% of adjusted total income is less, so it is eligible for deduction. When you deduct this one from adjusted total income, you get the total taxable income rupees 2,70,500 rupees. So here the total income of Mr. Harish which is taxable is rupees 2,70,500 rupees. This type of problem is important for 6 marks. Very easy problem, you can solve it very easily. Next, let us solve one more problem. The gross total income of Mr. Shri Kumar is 3,25,000 including short term capital gains taxable at 15% at rupees 1 lakh rupees. He donated 6,000 rupees to Prime Minister National Relief Fund. During the year, he repaid 8,500 towards education loan, that is 5,000 towards principal and 3,500 towards interest. He stays in a rented house paying a rent of rupees 2,500 per month. Compute taxable income for the assessment year 2020-21. Here gross total income of Mr. Kumar is rupees 3,25,000 rupees. It includes short term capital gain taxable at 15% 1 lakh rupees. When you calculate adjusted total income, you have to deduct this 1 lakh rupees from 3,25,000 for the calculation of rent paid under section 80 GG. He donated 6,000 rupees to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. It comes under section 80G, 100% deduction without limit. Directly you can write 6,000 rupees. Next, during the year he repaid 8,500. Out of this 8,500, you have to consider only 3,500, that is interest towards education loan, because under section 80E only interest is eligible for deduction and not the principal amount. And he stays in a rented house paying rupees 2,500 per month. This comes under section 80 GG. As we calculated in the previous problem, you have to calculate in this problem also. Compute taxable income of Mr. Kumar for the assessment year 2020-21. See the solution. Computation of total income of Shri Kumar for the assessment year 2020-21. Particulars and 2 amounts column you have to draw. Gross total income you have to write in the second amount column 3,25,000. From that, deduction under section 80 you have to deduct. First one under section 80E, that is interest on education loan 3,500 rupees, and 80G donation to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund 6,000 rupees. Next, Under section 80GG, deduction is allowable for rent paid. List of the following you have to consider. First one, excess rent paid above 10% of adjusted total income. Here adjusted total income means 3,25,000 gross total income. From that you have to deduct section 80E 3,500, section 80G 6,000 rupees, and short term capital gain taxable at the rate of 15% 1 lakh rupees. When you deduct these three things from gross total income, you get 2,15,500 as adjusted total income. Of that 2,15,500, 10%, 21,500 you have to deduct it from the rent paid. Rent paid amounts to rupees 2,500 per month. For 12 months it amounts to rupees 30,000. When you deduct that 21,550 from 30,000, you get 8,450, that is excess rent paid above 10% of ATI. Next, second one, 25% of adjusted total income 2,15,500 amounts to rupees 53,875. Next, third one, 5,000 per month, that is for 12 months 60,000. Whichever is less you have to consider. Here 8,450 is less, that is why you have to consider this for deduction under section 80GG. So the total deduction under section 80 amounts to rupees 17,950. When you deduct this amount from gross total income, you get total income as 3,07,050 rupees. So this is the total taxable income of Mr. Kumar. This type of problem may come for 6 marks in your final exam. Let us solve one more problem. From the following particulars of Mr. Alvin, whose gross total income is rupees 9,50,000, has made following payments or investments. First one, life insurance premium on wife's life. Here life insurance premium can be claimed on his life or the life of spouse or children. 5,000 can be claimed under section 80C. Under section 80C he can claim this one. Next one, public provident fund deposits 20,000 can be claimed under section 80C. Next, engineering college tuition fees of his daughter aged 20, rupees 38,000. Here only tuition fee can be considered for deduction under section 80C, and here only tuition fees is given. So 38,000 can be claimed. Next one, unit linked insurance plan can be claimed under section 80C. Next one, investment in Rajiv Gandhi equity savings scheme. This one is under section 80CCG, which is not eligible from this assessment year onwards. That means from this assessment year onwards there is no section 80CCG. So investment in a Rajiv Gandhi equity savings scheme will not be asked in the exam. So ignore that point. Interest paid on education loan of his daughter, that is 26,000 education loan interest eligible under section 80E. Next one, medical insurance policy premium paid 18,000, up to 25,000 they can claim. 18,000 is below 25,000, so under section 80D he can claim this deduction. Calculate the deduction allowable under section 80 assuming Mr. Alvin as a first time equity investor. Here you can ignore this first time equity investor because it is the information which is relating to section 80CCG, and from this assessment year onwards section 80CCG is not allowable. So you have to calculate deduction under section 80. Computation of here not total income, that is deduction under section 80 of Mr. Albin for assessment year 2020-21. Particulars and two amounts column. In particulars, first you have to write deduction under section 80C. Here gross total income no need to write, because here they asked to calculate deduction allowable under section 80. So you can directly start with 80C, that is life insurance premium paid 5,000 on the life of his wife, and public provident fund 20,000 rupees. Next, tuition fees of his daughter 38,000. Unit linked insurance plan 16,000. Total of 80C amounts to rupees 79,000. Next one, 80D medical insurance premium paid 18,000 rupees, and section 80E interest on education loan 26,000 rupees. Total of deduction under section 80C amounts to rupees 1,23,000. When you deduct this one from this gross total income 9,50,000, you get the total income. But here they only asked to calculate deduction allowable under section 80. So this much is enough for 6 marks. Next, see the next problem. This is also for 6 marks. The gross total income of Mr. Suresh is rupees 5,80,000 rupees. He paid rupees 14,000 as medical insurance premium on his health, and spent 20,000 for the treatment of severely handicapped brother and 75,000 for the treatment of his father aged 72 years who suffers from dementia, that is a specified disease. You have to calculate the total income of Mr. Suresh. Here gross total income is rupees 5,80,000. He paid 14,000 as medical insurance premium, that is Mediclaim under section 80D. This 14,000 is deductible because the maximum limit is 25,000. Next, spent 20,000 for the treatment of severely handicapped brother. Irrespective of amount spent, rupees 1,25,000 is deductible because severely handicapped brother. The fixed amount, that is fixed deduction, is 1,25,000 rupees, and 75,000 for the treatment of his father aged 72 years. His father is a senior citizen, so maximum limit under section 80DD for the treatment for specified disease is 1 lakh rupees. So entire amount is deductible because 75,000, that is amount spent, or 1 lakh rupees, whichever is lower you have to consider. Here 75,000 is lesser, you have to consider this one. You have to calculate his total income. Let us calculate computation of total income of Mr. Suresh for the assessment year 2020-21. Gross total income 5,80,000 less deduction under section 80, under that 80D Mediclaim 14,000, section 80DD medical treatment of severely handicapped brother 1,25,000, and 80DDB treatment for specified disease. Maximum limit is 1 lakh rupees, but here his father is a senior citizen, that is why maximum limit is 1 lakh rupees, but he spent only 75,000, whichever is lower you have to consider, that is why 75,000. The total of these three deduction amounts to rupees 2,14,000. When you deduct this 2,14,000 from gross total income, the total income will be 3,66,000, that is his taxable income. So this is also for 6 marks. Go through this problem once again, and let us solve the last problem in this session. The gross total income of Rahul amounted to rupees 8,32,000, which includes long term capital gain of 2 lakhs rupees. Next, accrued interest on NSC 40,000 and he donated rupees 32,000 to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Paid 32,000 towards medical insurance premium including preventive medical bill 7,000 rupees. He paid a rent of 6,000 per month for the house. Assuming the conditions for allowing deduction under section 80 GG are satisfied, compute the total income for the year assessment year 2020-21. The gross total income of Rahul is given, that is 8,32,000, and the information relating to deduction under section 80 is also given. You have to compute his total income. See the problem. Gross total income 8,32,000 and long term capital gain 2 lakhs rupees. This is the information relating to computation of adjusted total income for the computation of deduction under section 80 GG. So, when you compute adjusted total income, you have to deduct 2 lakhs from this 8,32,000 along with other deduction under section 80. Here, accrued interest on NSC comes under section 80C. 40,000 under 80C, that is interest on NSC. Next one, he donated 32,000 to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Section 80G, without limit 100% deduction is allowable for this purpose. So, 32,000 you can write directly. Next, paid 32,000 towards medical insurance premium including preventive medical bill rupees 7,000 rupees. This 7,000 is included in 32,000, but under section 80D the maximum limit is 25,000. So, he can claim only 25,000 and not 32,000. Next, see, he paid a rent of rupees 6,000 per month for the house. Here you have to calculate deduction allowable under section 80 GG. The information is given, that is 6,000 per month, and 10% of adjusted total income you have to calculate, and 25% of adjusted total income also you have to calculate, and 5,000 per month for 12 months you have to calculate. See the problem, see the solution. Computation of total income of Mr. Rahul for the assessment year 2020-21. Gross total income 8,32,000. 80C, that is NSC 40,000. 80D medical insurance premium paid, maximum limit 25,000. Don't consider 32,000 here, only 25,000. Next, donation to Prime Minister's National Relief Fund 32,000 and rent paid under section 80 GG, least of the below you have to consider, that is excess of rent paid over 10% of adjusted total income. Here carefully listen, the calculation of adjusted total income, that is 8,32,000 gross total income minus 2 lakhs rupees long term capital gain minus 80C 40,000, 80D 25,000 and 80G 32,000. When you deduct this 2 lakhs plus 40,000 plus 25,000 plus 32,000 from 8,32,000, you get 5,35,000 as adjusted total income, that is 5,35,000. In this problem I have not shown that calculation, that is why I am explaining. Listen carefully. Here adjusted total income is 5,35,000. 10% of that 5,35,000 is 53,500. When you deduct that amount from 72,000, that is 6,000 rupees per month, for 12 months that amounts to rupees 72,000. When you deduct from that, you get 18,500 as excess of rent paid over 10% of adjusted total income. So the excess rent paid is 18,500. Okay. Next one, 25% of ATI is 1,33,750 and 5,000 rupees per month for 12 months 60,000. Least of the following you have to consider. Here the least is 18,500. Consider that one for deduction under section 80 GG. So the total deduction under section 80 amounts to rupees 1,15,500. When you deduct this 1,15,500 from gross total income, you get 7,16,500 as total income. So the total income of Mr. Rahul is 7,16,500. So this is also the problem for 6 marks, important for your final exam. Let us stop this session here. In the next session, let us solve some more problems. Thank you. Let us meet in the next session.